Next, I'd like to welcome one of our newest supporters of the Digital Cinema Society, RatPac Controls. Nick Stabile is going to tell us about their latest products.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm not sure how many people out here know who RatPac Controls are, who we are. So I'm just going to give you a quick, brief introduction of what the company's about. We are a lighting control company. We're the most prolific lighting control company in North America because we have some very unique qualities about our products. Our products are whisper quiet. They live on stage. Our dimming products, we have 33 products in the line. We have 7 products in our data line, and we have a handful of wireless products. The secret sauce that's kept us alive for the last 10 years has been quiet dimming, because traditionally these dimming rooms are off stage, way off stage, and you're running 500-600 feet of socket pecs for one piece of, for one practical. The products are now living on the stage behind the set wall. They're dead quiet. Sound man has no issues whatsoever. It's reduced the amount of labor that's necessary to actually rig the set. It's giving the gaffers, the rigging gaffers, the best boys, everybody more time to do what they really want to do, which is be creative and light the set. So that's been one of the reasons we are probably the most prolific lighting control solution out on the market right now. Dimming has shifted in the last few years. The dimming is now moving into the ballast, and RatPac realizes this, so we're starting to understand that the need to push data around the set is extremely important. I'll give you an example. One of our gaffers on Mandalorian is pushing, 135 universes, which is like 80,000 channels. All these spaceship shows, whether you're on, you're doing Orville or Star Trek, Star Wars, Mission Impossible, you name it. The train sequence in Mission Impossible, they shot that in London, thousands and thousands of channels. So moving the data around is extremely important. And there's multiple ways to move the data around, obviously. You can move the data around with this old technology called DMX, or you can start getting into pushing data with Ethernet. And years ago, when Tom Fenley came to us, he was doing the first Guardians of the Galaxy, and he said, you know what, we need a very elegant solution where we can have power in the box along with the ability to run some data. So this new product was drawn on a napkin. My partner came back to me and he said, Nick, look, we're going to make this. And I said, do you have a PO? And he's like, no, but we're going to do it. Tom's a friend, and we need 300 of these. And a new category for RatPac Controls was created, and it's called the Power Data Box, the PDB. So we have multiple PDBs in our line. We have a PDB 10, we have a PDB 12, which is switchable power. I'll talk about that in a little bit. We have a PDB 6. It wasn't so popular back then when we created it. It's suddenly becoming more popular with these 220-volt lights. I'll talk about that a little bit. And our newest iteration, which is why I'm really here today, is to talk about our PDB Link. And one of the interesting things about PDB Link that is new for us is how can we make a box that's simple for the gaffers to put up in the rig? They can put them on a pipe behind the set wall. They can put them in the truss above. They can hang them in this configuration. We also have the ability to hang the box on top of the truss, because a lot of the guys don't like using the bottom rail. They like to use the bottom rail for the sky panels and vortexes and all the other fixtures, and sometimes they like to put the box on top of the truss like this. And the way they do it is with ratchet straps, and it's not the best. So we're trying to come up with elegant solutions to help the rigging portion of this, to make it quicker, to make it easier. Now this box is considered a drag out, from what I'm understanding from the biggest board operators and gaffers out in the world, Rafi Sanchez doing Joker. They like to drag it out when set dressing brings in a new fixture, like out of nowhere. The data spiders that are out there, those boxes are really for infrastructure. These boxes that we have here are more for second unit and the drag outs. They're also really great for soft boxes. Think about Space Jam. In Space Jam, they had 300 sky panels above the basketball floor for the Lakers, and they need power and they need to run data up there. So I'll start getting into the box just really quickly. The first portion of the box, you have 12 outlets, which can either be powering 1.2 kilowatts or 2.4 kilowatts. The duplex is managed by a 20 amp breaker. So as long as you don't overamp the breaker, you're good. So you can go 2K, 2K, 1K, 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 2K, and as long as you don't overamp it, you're okay. Which is kind of like dual wattage. So previously, you'd have to bring out 2 boxes to manage that configuration. You'd have to, oh, thanks, Dash. Dash is running my, I appreciate that. You'd have to bring out multiple boxes to run multiple power. On the side of this box, which we've never done before, is have 100 amps in, and we have the inputs with the DMX and the Ethernet. The reason we like doing that is because when you're putting together super stingers or you're having taping data and power together, they terminate at the same point instead of having to run another one around, which then causes issues with, you know, how long is the piece that you're running. So that's on the side of the box. When you're putting power into the side of the box, we have an auto sensing device in the port. So if I have a Swiss on, thank you, Dash. So I'm going to switch back real quick to what we're calling PDB mode, which is basically 2 universes of DMX. It takes a second for it to set up. But as soon as I place the cable into the first port, it automatically recognizes that I have DMX, and that DMX is actually present. And if I want to label what's happening on the duplex, I can go in here like an Airy Sky panel, press and select the universe, and now I'm not having to run a bunch of tape, and you know, it's a really elegant way to keep track of what's happening. If I take a second cable, now the box realizes, oh, he's running 2 pieces of DMX. So now he's going to run 2 universes. So universe A will be here, and universe B would be selected as number 2. So I can just select number 2. I want to make that universe 10, 13, whatever. Now I've very quickly, very easily, without too much trouble, labeled my universes in PDB mode. There's an interesting portion of this box that we call the stoplight system. It will allow you to see from a distance whether or not you have solid data or you don't. If you can see this button right here on universe A, it's showing green because I'm actually having data run through the port. If I unplug this, that light will turn yellow, which will mean that there was data and now there is not, but it's still going to hold last look. And if you want to hold your last look, you can, there's multiple settings in here, whether you can have infinity, your persistence, you can set it to however you like. I think the box ships in infinity because I think that's what everybody prefers. Once I connect data back again, the light turns green and we're good to go. So as far as troubleshooting goes, it really speeds up the process when things are going sideways on set and you're trying to shoot. So that's basically the PDB mode. There's a color mode in here because we have a product called the Cinntenna, which is a wireless product that's very, very popular in North America. This product can plug into an S60 and you can control that fixture wirelessly in about 10 seconds. Most of my boxes come with a wireless chip. This is the first box that we've ever done without a wireless chip. We did that on purpose because we wanted to have the ability to add modules and accessories to the top of the box or to the bottom of the box. So if you want to use Stardust or you want to use some other product, you're able to do that. Now I'm going to switch over to Ethernet mode. And all I do is press this button, and we're going to get into a more sophisticated way of moving data around the set. We have the ability to run ArtNet and SACN in multicast and unicast. We have 7 universes that are we're capable of setting 7 universes, 6 out of the switch and 1 out of the box, so a total of 7 universes. I plug in my Ethernet port, Ethernet here, and I have a 4-port PoE plus switch. So if I want to add something to the box and I want to power that device with PoE plus, I'm able to do that. On the back of the box, I have PowerCon and Edison, which will allow me to also power accessories. One of the ideas that we thought about was, how can we do this like Build-A-Bear idea? You know, these guys are building their own custom thing. You know, they're data spiders. Well, maybe a guy wants another node, maybe he wants another switch. So we have these empty shells that we're creating. So if you have a 19-inch rack mount switch, Proplex, Luminex, Swisson, whatever it is, that will fit in here, and you can mount it inside of here. And now, let's say I have this up in the truss and I want to add another device. Instead of having to de-rig this, all I do is go like this, and now the box is rigged. Highly suggest we use safety cables on these, but there are safety rigging points on all of our boxes, and we've tested this. We've really able to get 700 pounds out of this. We're claiming 90 pounds, 100 pounds. You're not going to put more than 100 pounds on this. This is a 36-pound box. You won't go over 100 pounds, but it's rated for much more than what we're claiming, just for safety. Bump buttons. I have the ability to have hot power or switchable power. So if you have a light that needs to cycle power and it's up in the rig and you're like, I don't want to either kill the bank or get on a scissor lift and climb up there to cycle the power on the box or on the fixture, you're able to, via the DMX, turn the power on and turn the power back off, which will allow you to reset the light and keep shooting, and nobody will know the difference. So those are the basic functions of the box. We have some USB-C ports on the side to charge your phone if you need to, or to charge your Cinntennas. And I also have the ability on this box to update the firmware with a USB stick. 100 amp Bates pass through in case you want to run power down the line. And that's about it.
Thank you so much, and thank you for your support of Digital Cinema
I appreciate
Society.
it. Thanks for having us. I appreciate it.